Hey everyone, Carl here. Giant cup of tea. How are you all doing? Crazy world right now, isn't it? Anyway, a couple of weeks back I posted a video which there was couple of people that got back to me off the back of because they were concerned, and at that point, yeah, there was a lot of things going on. But I like to think that I'm a bit better now, as better as anyone can be right now. But at that current point in time, there was a lot of shit going on. So, with regards to the Warriors of Dystonia and the project and everything like that, I had to take a step back. I just had to take a step back. Don't get me wrong, I was so excited with banging out 50 pages of editing a week. The progress was incredible. I was so pleased. And like everything, where we're putting our things on social media, mostly on sort of Facebook and Instagram and things like that, we only go with the positives. So for every time I was posting, here's the book update and this is how much I've done, that was coming at a bit of a cost to me, in that there's other things going on at the same time. So whilst I recognise the accomplishment of being able to edit that amount of material, I still had lots of other things that were going on, with my children, with home life in general, with work, and dealing with my ongoing, never-ending insomnia, which obviously then has a knock-on effect with my dystonia. My dystonia has not been worse than normal. A little bit judgy and a bit shaky recently, but again, that's because my sleep is so ruined. But yeah, I sort of gave myself a little bit of a breather and kind of realised, okay, Carl, have some time to yourself a bit. Nobody has got an expectation or is putting the pressure on me. I haven't got a book editor or anything like that. I've got obviously an audience of people that are waiting for this book, but I know that my audience are people that understand dystonia and understand the other psychological shit that can come with it. So no pressure there, but at the same time, I do really want to get this out as soon as possible, because it's been something I've been working on for over a year now. Home-wise, it's been lovely. We've been spending a lot of time with our girls. We've sort of, they've been brilliant, but in the last lockdown, when it first happened, we were kind of like, well, my youngest daughter's little friend, she lives down the street. We know that she wasn't going to school, so we just let her carry on and play with her little friend. But then this sort of more contagious and more dangerous version of COVID suddenly reared its ugly head. And so this time we've kept both the girls away from all of their friends. And although they can speak to their friends online, it goes without saying, it's not the same. It isn't the same. So we've been trying to make sure that we do as much as we can with our girls. We play board games at the weekends. We've been watching musicals together, listening to music. I kind of do this thing where I rotate the attention, because as much as the girls obviously and all of the family love being together, it's really important for the girls to have that kind of one-on-one time as well with the parents. So I would rotate between going for a walk one at a time with each of the girls. I'll obviously go for a walk with the two of them, but just take them one at a time so that we can just talk. They can tell me what's going on in their little heads. And the other thing then I do is I rotate watching a film and things like that as well. So my oldest daughter, like me, really into horror films, so we get to watch horror films, and I get to show all the films that I love, the classics, and it's nice to see those reactions. Sometimes it's a bit crap though, because obviously I grew up in the 80s. I was born in 1978, so I grew up in the 80s, and the 80s hold a special place in my heart, and so do the early 90s when it comes to horror films. And some of those films have dated badly, really badly. Others are awesome. They were perhaps no frills horror films in the first place, and using practical gore effects it just looks great. Still looks great, and even my daughter will say, "Wow, that looks amazing." But my youngest girl, my guilty pleasure is things like Phineas and Ferb, Disney cartoons, animated movies, things like that. So for me, it's nice as well. It appeals to the two sides of me as well. So we've been doing a lot of that. That can actually be quite tiring as well, because it means that it's not very often that I'm taking downtime or my wife's taking downtime. So we've actually agreed that this weekend the girls can go free range in the house. They do what they want to do, sleep on as long as they want to sleep. We're getting takeaway in, things like that. And we're all just going to kind of do our own thing this weekend. Today is actually a mindfulness day with my youngest daughter's school. So they've reduced the amount of work for them. I think she's only got a tiny little bit of work to do. And then I think it's supposed to be just sort of doing nice things that she wants to do, Yeah. I'm going to take some time off in 2 weeks to work on our bedroom, to do some decorating, painting and decorating in there. And I think that's about it, really. I'm going to probably in that week, while I got a bit of time off, I'll probably polish up the last of the book. I've got my buddy Eugene, his story I transcribed, and we had a call the other day, and it was, I love the guy. It's weird how quickly just clicked. He's such an awesome guy, and I would do anything to be able to just pop round and see Eugene, have a beer, have a chat, just shoot the shit. So cool talking to him the other day. So we had a chat, and I've transcribed his story in the book, and there's a few bits he wants to add, and I'm going to obviously I'll include them, no question about that. And then I've got one more story to transcribe, which is another great friend of mine, Andy, who going to write up his story, and then I've got a final little bit to edit then with the book. It's just, I think it works out about 50 pages or something, but it's where I posed a question to people on Facebook, and people gave quite short answers. So although it's 50 pages, it's not actually 50 solid pages. It's sort of broken down into little pieces. So I'm going to include them, put them in the book as well. And so I genuinely think that by the time we hit March, I should be holding the draft version of the book, and it's going to be amazing to be able to share photographs of how it actually looks. My buddy Eugene, he's asked whether I'll sign a copy of it for him, and absolutely, and I might do something like that. Once again, I've got to consider opening myself up to doing that to everyone, because it will obviously cost more money now because of bloody Brexit and sending things out. But there's a few people that I've been in touch with and have been in touch with me who have just been fantastic, who are my friends now. They're my buddies, and so I'm more than happy to do some signed editions there, and it'll be my honor just to just write a little something just to let these people know not just how awesome they are, but how much they actually mean to me now, and how much they're part of my life, and they're my friends. They're my friends, like. So anyway, 6:15 in the morning. I've already done 2 hours of work as well as this video. So before I came on here, I'd already been working away. So I'm going to carry on and drink my tea and probably play a little bit of Xbox whilst I got the chance. But take care, everyone. And I appreciate you watching this, and I appreciate the support. If you're watching this and you don't know anything about me, I have got videos which explain a little bit more, but yeah, my name's Carl. I've got a server called Dystonia, and I've been working on a book project called Warriors of Dystonia since last year, and it's a book where I've compiled stories from people all over the world about their journeys from diagnosis to where they are today with their dystonia. And my plan is that this book will be released the first half of this year, not long now, in the next couple of months. So anyway, thank you all for watching. You take care.